Hey everybody, this is a 1988 SSRFL playoff game between the Seattle Seahawks, who were the number 2 seed in the AFC, against the Cleveland Browns, who were the number 3 seed in the AFC. The number 1 seed is the Buffalo Bills. They finished 14-1-1. This is the 1988 season that we just finished replaying, and they are matched up against the Houston Oilers, who were the wild card in this season. The Oilers faced the New England Patriots in the wild card game, and they were able to beat them 16-0, I believe. So now they get to face the Buffalo Bills. But this game is going to be facing the number 2 and number 3 seed. The Seahawks finished 12-4. A strong year for the team. The quarterback had kind of a rough year, which is what you expect from Dave Craig, hot and cold. He threw for 15 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. His backup, Kelly Stauffer, who played quite a bit because Craig missed some games due to overusage and injury, he was 6 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Kurt Warner ran for nearly 1,000. John L. Williams also ran for nearly 1,000. Williams had a bit of a fumbling problem, but he was great in the passing game. 85 catches for 877 yards. So around 1,800 total yards for John L. Williams. So that's a pretty nice season. And the defense, they were just focused on sacking the quarterback. Jacob Green had 15 sacks. Tony Woods had 11. Dave Wyman had 8. Eugene Robinson had 9 coming from the safety blitz, and Jeff Bryant, the other defensive end, had 9 as well. Eugene Robinson, 7 picks, so pretty strong overall season for those 88 Seahawks. They finished 9-7 in real life and lost to the the Bengals in the wildcard game. Joe Nash, their nose tackle, kept going out with an knee injury to try to slow down Sam Weiss and those Bengals. The Bengals this year went 9-7. They didn't even make the playoffs. So a little bit of bad luck for them. Now, the Seahawks are going to be facing the Browns today, who went 11-5. A strong year by Bernie Kosar, 16 touchdowns, 9 picks. Ernest Biner running the ball. Reggie Langhorn had over 1,000 yards. Very good year interception-wise. If you look at their team, they picked the ball off 27 times. That's pretty good. Although they did throw 23 picks, so that's something to watch out for. And they broke even on fumbles, recovering 14 and losing 14. Okay, so let's take a look at the game, and here we go. The Browns are coached by Mike Zaske, and the Seahawks are coached by myself. So what I do is I record the game silently so I can focus on it, and now I'm throwing the play-by-play down. So Seahawks get the ball first. They started their own 31 after a 23-yard return by Bobby Joe Edmonds, one of my favorite Seahawks from the 1988 season. Flat pass right to Kurt Warner, 2-man in zone. It was an interception on 3, straight pick as he moved the free safety or an extra linebacker over. Checking out their D card, seeing where they're vulnerable. And run, it looks like, to Williams. But there's a linebacker in the zone. That loses a yard. 3rd and 11. The Seahawks decide to go 3 wide. John L. Williams in the backfield. Browns go 3-3-5. It's going to be a short pass to Largent, covered by a 6th-rated cornerback. Sketched right, 4-man in zone. It's a dump off, but it goes on Craig's quarterback card, and it's incomplete. 4th and 11, the Seahawks will punt. So the Browns get a nice 3-and-out. It shows Don Strock as a quarterback, but that's just the way he left them from the regular season. It's really going to be Bernie Kosar. The Browns have Bernie Kosar, Reggie Langhorn, Webster Slaughter, Ozzie Newsome, Ernest Biner, and Kevin Mack. This is a little bit past their prime. You remember in I believe it was the 85 season, they had the drive, and then the 87 season they had the fumble. So they missed going to the Super Bowl twice in the 80s. This is the 1988 season. I believe they were knocked out in the divisional round this year. 1st and 10 at the 22. Seahawks going with a run call. Looks like no pass, switch to pass. Flat pass right to Webster Slaughter, being double covered by the free safety. 13% chance of a sack, and there's no sack. Incomplete. Seahawks have two solid chances for interception with 2 men in zone. 2nd and 10 to 22. Checking out their skill cards. Mack and Biner have really good cards in other years. This year's not quite as good. Linebuck to Biner goes for 6. 3rd and 4. Seahawks showing blitz. You can see Kozar is a pretty nice card. Something to watch out for. Seahawks bring 3 linebackers down to one of the other zones. Look in or left, it would have been a first down. 9 yards, the Seahawks will start on their own 39. 1st and 10, 11, 49 to go in the first quarter. The Hawks are in a pro set. Linebacker Kurt Warner guessed wrong, +4. They've got Kurt Warner and John L. Williams in the backfield. Mike Tice is the tight end. Brian Blades and Steve Largent, other receivers. Off tackle draw right. And that was John L. Williams on the carry. Long pass to Brian Blades, 1st and 10 at the 50. It's guessed right, 0 men in zone, but it's a must-run sack. But there was a penalty on the play, offsides, and the Seahawks will take the 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5 at the 45 of the Browns. Off tackle right to Warner, it's a fumble. The Seahawks recover their own fumble, though, so they'll keep the ball, 2nd and 1. Linebuck to Kurt Warner. Just wrong, 1 man in zone, picks up 5. Flat pass left to Kurt Warner. Intercepted. Picked off, trying to throw at Clay Matthews, a 6-rated linebacker, and Clay just snapped it out of the air and ran it back 53 yards. Big momentum turn there. 1st and 10. At the Seahawks 16, the Browns could take advantage here. Looking past the Mac, guessed right, 1 man in zone. Incomplete. Whenever it's a negative yardage on a looking pass, it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Oh, run call. Short pass to Reggie Langhorne, picks up 13, guessed wrong. Guessed wrong right or double team. That would have been a 13-yard gain. 1st and goal at the 3. The Browns will look to pound it in here. Seahawks call run, cover up the end run zones. It's a short pass to Langhorne. Defender extra +15 touchdown. So there you go. The Browns get an early turnover, take advantage of it, and are up on top of the Seahawks 7-0 halfway through the first quarter. Edmonds takes it out to the 21. The Seahawks will start there, 1st and 10. Looks like an end run to Warner. Oh, a linebucker draw to Warner, picks up 5. It was on a fumble split, but it was only a fumble 2 through 4. And run to Warner this time, 2nd and 5 from the 26. Picks up 4, guessed wrong, that's 3rd and 1. 2 runs in the row. Will the Seahawks stick with the run? Craig has an excellent flat pass card in this set. Linebuck to Craig, guessed wrong, picks up 3. Would have been a first down, guessed right too. And run to Warner. And run left. Picks up 1 only on the D card. Another fumble split. Turnovers play such a big part in this game. Let's see what happens. Off tackle draw right, picks up 5. That will be 3rd and 4. The Seahawks staying patient on the ground. It looks like an off tackle right to Warner. Very good run blocking for the Seahawks this year. 5.55, 6.4, and a 5. Off tackle right to Warner, guessed wrong, but it loses a yard. That was the dreaded 5 roll. And the Seahawks will have to punt again. So 3 and out and a punt by the Browns, and then the big turnover on the flat pass pick that set up the Browns touchdown. It's 3-3-5 pass call. It's a fumble, but the Browns recover their own fumble, advance it a few yards. Tim Manoa picked up the ball after Herman Fontenot fumbled. Combiner earlier. They also have Tim Manoa and Herman Fontenot who can run the ball. Clarence Weathers is in the game. It's a long pass to Weathers. Guessed right. Incomplete on the quarterback card. 3rd and 6. Three wide for the Browns. 3-3-5 for the Seahawks. Doubling Langhorn. It's a looking pass to Langhorn. Incomplete, and the Browns off to punt. So despite the turnover, the Seahawks are calling a pretty good defensive game, so they're keeping their offense in until they can get on track. 1st and 10, Seahawks at their own 46. Off tackle draw right, picks up 5, 2nd and 5. That was Warner on the carry. Short pass to Tice. 3-man end zone, incomplete. 3rd and 5. Looks like an off tackle right draw to John L. Williams. Pass call, it picks up 4. It'll bring up 4th and 1. And the Seahawks will go for it. It's going to be Craig on a sneak. Browns are pretty stout with 2-man end zone. Seahawks decide to go with a flat pass left to Warner. Of course, that's Quay Matthews who had the interception earlier. So we'll see. Oh, it's vacated. And it's on the D card, 13 yards and a 1st down. So big 4th down conversion there for the Seahawks. They have it in field goal range now, at the edge of field goal range. Off tackle draw right, loses a yard. So 2nd and 11 at their Browns 33. Short pass to John L. Williams. Run call. Plus 14 on the quarterback's card. 1st down. 1st and 10 inside the 20 now. Short pass to Williams again. That was Williams' first catch of the day. That was the Seahawks' leading receiver. The linebacker had abandoned his coverage. He was the 5-rated linebacker, and it was a white die 4, looks like. So that picks up 15 yards. 1st and goal at the 4. Oh, it looks like the white die was a 6, so it would have been complete either way. Off tackle right to Warner. Guessed right, picks up 0 yards. There's a hole against Seattle. That loses 10 yards. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 14. Flat pass left to Warner. Guessed right, 1-man end zone, picks up 8 on Warner's receiver card. Craig 4 for 8 for 50 yards of Warner pick. 2nd and goal at the 6. Short pass to John L. Williams. Yep, it's being keyed. But the defender there is David Grayson. He's rated a 5 against the pass, and the white die was a 4, so incomplete. 3rd and goal at the 6. 3-3-5 showing blitz. End run right to Williams, picks up 5. 4th and goal at the 1. Go big or go home. The Seahawks are going to try to get the touchdown here. It's like a line buck to Warner. Card, checking Harmon's card. Maybe it's going to be a sneak to Craig. The call's on it. It is a sneak to Craig. It's a run call. -1. Oh, my. So the Seahawks are turned away. They tried to go home and tried to go big, and now they might be going home. 7-0 Browns. Nice stop. Seahawks decide to go for a blitz. Off tackle left to Biner. Picks up 6, and there's a face mask, so that'll take them out to the 13-yard line. Look in past to Newsom. Picks up 6. Bernie has an excellent flat pass card. Another 3-4 showing blitz. Bringing a couple linebackers. Bringing one linebacker. Flat pass left to Brennan. There's a 5-rated linebacker still there, but it still goes for 5. Kozar's card is tough to stop on those flat passes. It helps when you have a 3-3-5 defense, which is what the Seahawks switched to 1st and 10. Flat pass right to Langhorne. Guessed wrong. Picks up 9, but there's a penalty. False start on the Browns. 1st and 15. 12:08 to go in the half. Browns hold a 7-0 lead. The Seahawks need to stop. Long pass to Langhorne. Single covered 0-man zone, but it's incomplete. 7 on the quarterback's card. Second and 15 from the 19. Slaughter and Langhorne double teamed. End run right to Biner. Guessed wrong. 0-man in zone. Loses a yard. Defensive end -1 or +5. And Jacob Green's forward rating makes the play. 3rd and 16. The Seahawks show 3-3-5, showing blitz. The Browns go 4 wide with Biner in the backfield. The Seahawks are bringing all the linebackers. Flat pass left to Biner. Picks up 8. There's a penalty. It's a hold against the Browns. Now, the Seahawks would have forced them to punt there. They decided to push him back, maybe hoping to get a sack. I'm not sure why I did that. Not a good call. You get a sniper scope, a long pass, that converts it, or a dump off for 30, you're in trouble. You're in trouble here. Decide to stick with their idea of going big. Long pass to Clarence Weathers. It's a dump off, but only for 13. So it winds up being about the same. 4th and 12 from the Cleveland 22. 48-yard punt. Bobby Joe Edmonds takes it back 41 yards. A big punt return there for the special team specialist. Bobby Joe was really fun to watch. 1st and 10 at the Browns 29. Short pass to John Spagnola is a must run for 6 yards. Craig scrambles out of trouble. 2nd and 4, 9:29 to go in the half. So decent turn there. End run right to John L. Williams. Offensive onside in, which is Mike Tice, who's a 5-rated blocker and makes the block against the White Die 5. 1st and goal at the 14. Seahawks stay in pro set. It's a run to John L. Williams, a draw, and he was being keyed, but there's a personal foul that takes it halfway to the goal line. So that means 1st and goal at the 7 after that 8-yard penalty. It's a wrong call. 1 man in zone, but the guard makes the play, picks up 3 yards. 2nd and goal at the 4. Are we going to get another 4th down situation here? End run left to Warner. Guessed wrong, but it only picks up 3 yards. 3rd and goal at the 1. Looks like we have another sneak to Craig. Kurt Warner's being keyed, and it's stuffed for 0 yards with 2 men in zone, but there's a penalty. So the Seahawks get a new set of downs. 1st and goal at the 1. They have to punch it in here, right, guys? Another sneak to Craig. Keying John L. Williams, touchdown, Seahawks. Extra point for Norm Johnson out of UCLA. It's up, and it's good. So 7-7. The Browns took the lead on the interception that led to a short field and an easy touchdown. And the Seahawks returned a favor after a 41-yard punt return, gave them a short field. So 7-7, 6:39 to go in the half. Line book to Tim Manoa, 1 man in zone. Gains 5, guessed wrong on the running back's card. 2nd and 5. Seahawks go 3-3-5, doubling Newsom and one of the running backs, doubling Fontenot, which is a great call because, well, it would have been incomplete even with one man in zone. So, but he was locked down there on the D card. 3rd and 5, Biner in the backfield. Seahawks not showing blitz, 3-3-5. Now this is interesting, checking the tendency report. Probably should have done that before the game, Dennis. What does he do on 3rd down? He throws a lot to Reggie Langhorne. So we'll double Reggie Langhorne, but it's a long pass to Clarence Weathers. Long gain, 50 yards. Oh my, should have just left everybody home. It would have been incomplete. So great call there by Zaske. Mike Zaske gets the ball down to the 13. He's done a great job with those Browns this year. Off tackle left to Manoa. Man in zone gets wrong, picks up 3. 2nd and 7 at the Seahawks 10. Big plays have haunted the Seahawks this playoffs. Linebacker to Manoa, picks up 4. 3rd and 3. Got to hold him to a field goal here. Seahawks go 3-4 showing blitz. End run right. It's a run call, but there's no man in zone, and it's a touchdown. So the Seahawks cannot hold them. It's an end run to Ernest Biner. Goes for 6 yards in the touchdown, or 3 yards or 4 yards in the touchdown. But either way, 1st and 10 Seahawks after the touchback, down a touchdown again. +7, a flat pass left to Warner. Got to watch that tendency of always throwing to the halfback right after a kickoff. 2nd and 3. Off tackle draw right. Guessed wrong, loses a yard. 2nd time that's been happening. The 2nd time that's happened, I should say. 3rd and 4. They have to punt it and give the Browns another shot. Plus, the Browns get the ball first at halftime. But it's a linebacker draw to John L. Williams with 0 men in zone. That's a 4-yard gain and a 1st down. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go in the half. Seahawks go for a bomb to Blades. Guessed right, 1 man in zone, but it hits a nice number. Snake eyes on the D card. It had a +27 on 2 through 6, 11, and 12, and the split was 11. Seahawks come back with an end run left to Warner. 1:37 to go in the half. 1 man in zone, but it picks up 4. He does not get out of bounds, though. They go to the hurry up. They're at the Browns 39. Another run to Warner, this time off tackle. Another draw, too. Picks up 15 yards on the D card. On a 4 roll, +15, 2 through 10. Split was a 7. So 1st and 10 at the 24. Now they're not just looking for points. They're looking to tie the game. It looks like an end run right this time. 1 man in zone, but Warner picks up 4 again. Hurry up. That takes it down to 30 seconds left in the half. At the 20, 2nd and 6. Flare right, flat pass right to John Williams, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6. Big play here. If the Browns can stop them, they'll go into the half with the lead. Seahawks go for a off tackle, linebacker draw to John L. Williams. 0 men in zone, picks up 6. That'll be 4th and 2. Seahawks still have 3 timeouts. They're going to call timeout. They're going to try to go for it here on 4th and 2. Will the Browns get their 2nd, 4th down stop of the half? Seahawks go for a straight off tackle to John L. Williams. I should have called a draw here because Mike does drop a linebacker in. A draw here would have given me a touchdown. Mike hasn't been calling much run. You hate to call a draw on 4th down though, because if your opponent calls run, that means he's going to have 2 men in zone on the D card and keyed on the O card. So you can't really do that with too much confidence unless you really, really, really know he's going to call a pass. See, the roll there would have been +15, 2 through 10, if I had gone with the draw. That takes it down to 8 seconds. The Seahawks will try one more play before they kick a field goal. Another off tackle draw to John L. Williams. only picks up 3, 2nd and 7, 1 second to go in the half, and the Seahawks will bring out the field goal kicker. Now, penalty here on the offense, that means the Seahawks get no points. But then again, they get no points anyway. The kick is bad. A tiny field goal is shanked Blair Walsh style. So the Browns lead 14-7 at the half, and they get the ball first. So I think we have a little bit of a... Nope, so we're good. Line back to Manoa. I know at one point we had some technical difficulties here sometime in the third quarter. So I'll fast forward it when we get to that spot, 2nd and 5. So the Browns have the ball with a touchdown lead and picking up a couple of first downs here. If they get into scoring territory, they'll be in good shape. First gains on that off-tackle run as the Seahawks had a linebacker peeking down. Long pass to Langhorne. One man in zone, but it hits a nice split. So it picks up 31 yards, but there's a penalty on the play. Cleveland was flagged for offensive pass interference, and so that backs it up. So instead of 1st and 10 past midfield, it's going to be set 3rd and 15. Seahawks decide to show blitz. And they're bringing everybody, all the linebackers and the free safety, long past the Ware. There's 0 men in zone, guessed right. 57% chance of a sack. No sack. It's a dump off for 9 yards. 4th and 6 now. 40-yard kick, 18-yard return, but offsetting penalties wipes that off the board. But guess what? We get a 40-yard kick with an 18-yard return. So history repeats itself. 1st and 10 at the Browns 49. John L. Williams on a flat pass right. Seahawks have to be it had to be ecstatic after that white die 6 gave them a 30-yard gain. John L. Williams with the biggest pass play of the day so far. For the Seahawks anyway. Short pass to Brian Blades. Guessed right, covered by a 6, but it's another dump off 13 yards, and suddenly the Seahawks are already in scoring range. 1st and goal at the 6. It's going to be a short pass to Largent. Run call, touchdown, Craig to Largent, and Craig has got stats are improving, 9 for 15 for 133 and a touchdown along with that early pick. But more importantly, the game is tied right now, 14-14, 10:37, 10:20 to go now in the third quarter. The Seahawks come out 3-3-5. It's a pro set for the Browns. Short pass to Newsome, guessed right, 4 men in zone, but it's plus 14 on the D card. 1st and 10 Browns. 3-3-5 showing blitz this time for the Seahawks, a little different flavor. Bringing 2 linebackers. It's the look and pace of the vacated zone, picks up 7, but there's a false start, illegal formation, or false start, or 2 men moving at the snap, whatever you want to call it. You have to use your imagination sometimes with Strat. Flat pass left to Newsome, being single covered, picks up 7. There was a hold, though, and the Seahawks accepted the penalty. That makes it from the false start to 1st and 15 to now it's 1st and 25. 14-14 Browns and Seahawks. Flat pass right to Newsome. Single covered, guessed right, incomplete. 2nd and 25. So now the Seahawks have to be hoping for a stop and a nice drive to take the lead for their first time all game. 3rd and 20 after that 5-yard run. The Browns will do an end run, 42 yards. Oh my. Ernest Biner's actually capped by, as long as that year was a 27-yard. So on 3rd and 20, he breaks a 27-yard run. Oh my, stars and garters. What a time for that roll. Snake eyes. Short pass to Brian Brennan, being double covered, incomplete. 1st and 10, just past midfield. It would already be close to field goal range if Biner wasn't capped, or if his cap was a little larger. 2nd and 10. Double teaming the wide receivers. It's a flat pass to Newsome. Picks up 9 of the white die 6. 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 40. I'm sorry, 3rd and 1. It's not 1st and 10 yet. 3rd and 1 at the Seahawks 40. Will the Seahawks blitz the house, what they call run? Linebuck to Ernest Binder. There's 2 men in zone. That's 0 yards. 4th and 1. Oh my, nice plug there. The Browns are going for it. Off tackle right to Binder. Guessed right. He's trying to key them on a linebuck, but it gets guessed right. It's going to be 0 yards. So a sneak or a run to the other running back to Mac, and that would have been a first down. So the Seahawks get off. That's a big play. Short pass to Mike Tyson. Guessed right. It's a must run for 1 yard. 2nd and 9. So now the Seahawks are in great field position. They put a drive together here. They can take their first lead of the game. A short pass to Largent, covered by a 6. That's bugging me that I don't remember these corner names. I think one of them was the Raiders was the former Raiders cornerback Lester Hayes. Let's see, or was it Mike Haynes that went there? Oh, Hanford Dixon. That's the guy. Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield. So I was wrong about that. Those other guys were not on the squad. So Minifield and Hanford Dixon were the 6 rated cornerbacks that year. So it's a short pass to Largent being covered by one of those guys, Dixon probably. It's a dump off for 23 yards. Another dump off. So the Seahawks got, I think, a 13-yard dump off earlier and the 30-yard wide die 6 rule. They're getting pretty lucky here. 1st and 10 at the Browns 36. Bob Golick couldn't beat Blair Bush. Tackle right to Warner. 1 man in zone, or 0 men in zone. Yeah, 1 man in zone, 0 yards. Would have been 4 yards with 0 men in zone. 2nd and 10. Seahawks go for a draw to Kurt Warner. It's a fumble. He was keyed. When you call run against a draw, it turns into a key, and that they nearly lost the ball. Lucky, again, the Seahawks to recover that one. Another great call by Mike. 3rd and 12. Looks like a short pass to John L. Williams. Guessed right, 4 men in zone. Defender X or plus 15. Oh, what a lucky roll. Its 5 rating is beaten by the white die 6. So that is 1st and 10 at the 23. Huge break there. I don't know. I probably would have gone for it anyway on 4th down, barring a sack, but trying to see how close we need to get for Norm Johnson to be in comfortable field goal range. Okay, so this is the part where we had a drop off. So we will fast forward it. Here we go. Mike lost his signal. And we are playing this at 2 times speed, so that way we can this whole game over. Instead of an hour and a half, it's only going to take 40 minutes or so, since we can skip through this technical difficulty part. So 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 23. A short pass to Williams, it looks like. 3 men in zone, guessed right. Plus 12, that'll take it right outside of the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 11. If they gain exactly 10 yards, the Seahawks will have another first down. Looks like it's going to be an in-run to Williams. Picks up 6, guessed wrong. 2nd and 4 at the Cleveland 5. Another in-run to Williams. Would have been -4, guessed right. But as you can tell, Mike's not calling a lot of run today. He did call run there, trying to key Kurt Warner, but it was an in-run to Williams again, and that's a touchdown. So the Seahawks get their first lead of the game. They go up 21-14. It's a deep kick. Browns take over at their own 21. 2:17 to go in the game. Linebacker to Tim Minoa. I guess wrong. Short gain. Plus 19. Out to the Cleveland 40. That's one way to get somebody out of a 3-3-5 is just to run him out of it. Keep calling run or keep running the ball against him until he either has to call run and you catch him on a pass or he has to switch his formation back to a 3-4. 8-yard gain, guessed wrong by Tim. 2nd and 2, just short of midfield. Flat pass right to Biner. Picks up 4 yards and a first down. The Browns are now in the Seahawks territory. 21-14, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Seahawks stick with that 3-3-5. It's an off tackle left to Manoa. Picks up 6. The Seahawks don't have the best run defense, so I got to be careful not to play that 3-3-5 too much. You can key out of it or call run, which just looks like what I'm doing here. It's a run call, a man in each off tackle zone, but it still picks up 5. So 1st and 10 at the Seahawks 37. The Browns looking to tie it. This is the start of the fourth quarter. It's a line buck to Kevin Mack. The Seahawks were double covering Slaughter and Langhorne. They know that those outside receivers are the Browns' real threat in this 1988 set. So they just keep doubling them. Dropping linebackers in to give support for the run. It's an off-tackle right to Mack. There's 2 men there, but it's on the offensive card. That's going to be a 3-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 2. Now, previous years for Mack, that would have been a short gain, but his year this year wasn't quite as big. 3rd and 2. The Seahawks need to stop. 13:48 to go in the game. The Browns are knocking on the door here. Again, the wide receivers are being doubled. The linebackers are coming to help press. 1 man in zone picks up 6. 1st down and 10. There's a roughing call against the Hawks. That's going to bring it down to the Seahawks 11. 1st and 10. Seahawks lead by a touchdown, but not for long. If the Browns can cash in here. 3-4 showing blitz. Flat pass left to Kevin Mack picks up 6. 2nd and 4 at the Seahawks 5. The harder it is to stop. 3-4 blitz. Short pass to Webster Slaughter if the Seahawks switch to a run call, and they're burned. 21-21. The Browns have tied it. 12:56 to go in the game. Let's see how the Seahawks respond. Every possession is crucial now. You're only going to have 2 or 3 more before the game ends. It's 15-yard gain on short gain on first down, so that makes it 1st and 10 to 47. And run to Kurt Warner picks up 3. Guess strong, 0 man in zone. 2nd and 7. The ball at midfield right now. 12:05 to go in the game. Short pass to Largent picks up 13. Guess right on the quarterback's card. 1st and 10. Seahawks at the Browns 37. Short pass to Largent, guessed wrong. It's a receiver reading. Largent picks up 14. Incomplete if that was guessed right. Off tackle draw right to Williams. Picks up a yard. 10:57 to go. 2nd and 9. Off tackle draw to Warner. There's a 0 rated nose tackle in there for pass rush. Off tackle draw right goes for 16. Kurt Warner, big 16-yard gain. 1st and goal at the 6. 10:23 to go in the game. Kurt Warner looking. No, it was going to go to John L. Williams on an end run right. Looking to give the Seahawks a lead again. Picks up defensive end -1 or +6. Michael Dean Perry, his 0 rating is beaten by the White Dive 5. And the Seahawks are back on top, 28-21. The Browns will start at the 27. There was a fumble split there, but if the White Die is greater than 4, there is no fumble. So there was no fumble on the play. Just a 19-yard return to the 27. Seahawks are doubling the wide receivers, long pass to Reggie Langhorne. Now you see why they're getting doubled. 71% chance of a sack by Jacob Green, and it's a sack. Down goes Kozar. 2nd and 19. 28-21, Cleveland looking to get back in this game. They need a touchdown here or some points. They need to pick up this first down, first of all. It was a 4-yard gain on 2nd and 19. It's 3rd and 15. Flat pass left to Biner. Picks up 10 on his own card, 4th and 5. Probably too early to go for it. Look for the Browns to punt here, and they do. So that sack plays such a big role in ending drives. So 1st and 10, the Seahawks at their own 37. They put together a drive here to make it a 2-score game. First down is a guessed right passing complete. 2nd and 10, 8:03 to go. Seahawks in their familiar pro set. Flat pass right to Williams. It's a pass call. Guessed right. 1 man in zone. Picks up 6 on the quarterback's card. 3rd and 4. Craig's got a decent flat pass card too. But he also has good short and long as well. So you want to mix it up. Looks like was that a bomb to blades I saw? It's a call. Let's see. A little risky. Look, trying to get that 2 or 3 or 5 roll. It's a run call with 0 men in zone. Receiver reading incomplete. Oh my, that could have been huge. So it wasn't to Blades, it was to John L. Williams. The Browns get the ball back down 7. 7-12 to go in the game. So that 3 and out was perfect for them. The Seahawks to switch it up, go 3-3-5. Double the receivers, drop a linebacker. Short pass to Newsom. Single cover, 3 men in zone. It's a dump off 30 yards. Big play there as Ernest Biner grabs the ball, and he's not limited on receptions, I don't believe. He was able to take it the full 30. That means 1st and 10 Browns at the Seahawks 41. This game's coming right down to the wire. 6:38 to go in the game. Pro set. Looking past Ozzie Newsom, guessed right. It's a 5 rated linebacker there, but it's incomplete on the D card. 6:20 to go in the game. 2nd and 10. Browns go to a different formation. 2 backs, 3 receivers. Seahawks go 3-3-5. The advantage of this formation is that if you run the ball, you can run the ball with either back. If you run the ball, it's going to be guessed wrong. There is no white die 6 if it's a pass call. No white die 6 period. White die 1, excuse me. White die 1 would make it guessed right. Oh, what was that? A flat pass to Kevin Mack hits his worst possible result, -7 on the receiver reading. These guessed right receiver readings in this 1980 set, can be punishing. That's just as good as a sack. 3rd and 17 now. Off tackle right to Biner. Picks up 6 yards, make it 4th and 11 at the 42. So 5:08 to go in the game. What do you do here? 4th and 11. Pin him deep or go for it. Looks like the Browns are going to try to pin him deep. Three, 3-5 showing blitz. The Seahawks looks like they're going to stick to their go big or go home philosophy. They are showing blitz. Are they going to bring the blitz? And it looks like they are. All the linebackers and the free safety. It's a short pass to Clarence Weathers. 51% chance of a sack. And it is a sack. Big play there. The Seahawks take over at midfield. That's an Jacob Green sack that ends the threat. I can't say I disagree with his reasoning to go for it. It's just lucky on the 50-50 sack chance. Correct double team there, and that's incomplete. 2nd and 11. 4:34 to go in the game. The Seahawks need to get another first down. Try to get into field goal range to make it a 2-score game. Looks like an end run to Warner. No, end run to Williams hits his short gain card on the 7. 17-yard gain. That was huge. Zaske's had trouble calling run all game. He doesn't have trouble here as he drops Kurt Warner for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. 3:26 to go in the game. Just one more first down here, and the Seahawks are in business. They can ice this game. And run right to Williams. Loses 3 yards. So no matter what, the Seahawks can't seem to get into field goal range. Norm Johnson's not that greatest either. Even inside the 32, he's only like 2 through 8 or 2 through 7 and 12, something like that. So the Seahawks go pro set. Browns go 3-4. I think the Seahawks are looking for Williams on a long pass. Are they looking to get another bailout dump off? It is. Picks up 7 yards, takes him to the 31. That gets him into field goal range. So the Seahawks, so he is 2 through 8 from this range. Let's see if Johnson can do it. It's up, and it's good. It's a 7 split. That's huge. 2:01 to go in the game. 10-point lead. If you'd missed that field goal, the Browns would have only needed about 30 to 40 yards to get into good field goal range themselves. So First and 10, 2 minutes to go. Short pass to Brian Brennan. 64% chance of a sack, but he beats it. It's at 65. Nice split roll there, and a nice result of plus 14 on Bernie's card. Guess right. Seahawks brings some linebacker support. Short pass to Weathers again. It's a sack chance, but it's a dump off because it was looking for the asterisk rated pass rusher, and the Seahawks did not have one. Second and 2, 31-21, 1:45 to go. The Seahawks just need one more stop to end this game. Short pass to Brian Brennan, incomplete, 3rd and 2. The Seahawks brought all the linebackers up that time, not showing blitz, keeping their free safety home. Long pass to Reggie Langhorne, 1 man in zone. Oh my, just misses his long gain roll of 5 with a 6 split. 4th and 2. Tempted to just call a run here and try to end it, but instead, just watching out for what can hurt me. And run to Biner, picks up only a yard guess wrong, and that will end it, folks. 31-21. The Seahawks just have to knee it out here, punch it back, and let them run out the clock. It looks like the Browns are conceding. They're not stopping the clock. So that's it. 31-21 will be the final score. The Seahawks will advance to the AFC 1988 AFC Conference Championship game against either the Bills or the Oilers. So that's it for the broadcast. Thanks for watching. We can take a quick look at the box score here. So that was the playoff league file. So Bernie had actually a very good game. 17-29 for 191. 2 touchdowns and no picks, so 101 rating for him. Craig had a good game. He did have the 1 pick, but he completed 64% of his passes and finished with an 89.3. He got that 1 touchdown. Big story of the game, though, was the Seahawks controlling the ball on the ground. 21 runs for Warner, even though he only averaged 3.5 yards per carry. They were able to eat up clock. The Seahawks controlled the ball 33 minutes to 26 for the Browns. And John L. Williams, that key short gain at the end, he ran 17 times for 85 yards. So no fumbles for the Seahawks. The only turnover of the game was that 1 pick. And the Browns were hammered by penalties. 9 penalties for 57 yards. Well, the Seahawks were only penalized 3 times for 27 yards. So that might have been your difference in the game. That and the 0 for 3 for the Browns on 4th downs, while the Seahawks went 2 for 3. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and we'll see what happens in the next round. Talk to you soon. Bye.